to Between a Hot Mess and a Therapist, your not so typical self-help podcast for therapists, healers, and helpers. I'm your host, Shauna Lovin, a seasoned therapist with a rebellious spirit. This season, we are redefining freedom, fulfillment, and stability without burning out, self-doubt, or playing by the rules of a broken system. We are cutting through the noise and exploring what it means to truly live life on your terms, not by what society expects of us. No more chasing an illusion of success that leaves you drained, because we are embracing the beautiful messiness, the sometimes chaotic journey we call life. So grab your favorite beverage, get comfy, and let's dive in. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Between a Hot Mess and a Therapist. Let's talk a minute about professionalism. It's just some thoughts that I was having about this, and this is kind of where this comes from. So let me start off by asking you, have you ever felt like you've built your whole career on being quote unquote good? Not great, not powerful, not even impactful, just good, safe, predictable, stable, palatable, just good. You learn how to sound professional and how to present well, how to never make anyone feel uncomfortable. And now your voice is so polished, but it's hollow. Your schedule is full, but you're empty inside. Your clients are thriving, but you're falling apart. You're crying in your car and you're sitting on the floor in the kitchen. Yet you're pretending and putting a smile on while you're on Zoom and acting like everything is okay. But you know it damn ain't. Here's the gut-punching truth. Being the go-to one, the strong one, the grounded one will starve you. This is especially when your worth is tied to how much you give, how well you can hold it together, and how regulated you look on the surface. Really, that is not regulation. That is collapse in a freaking blazer. And I want to talk to you about that today. So professionalism sounds noble. We're taught it means ethics, integrity, boundaries. But let's be honest. What does it really mean? What we do in practice is really just performance. It means you don't curse. You don't show your cleavage. You don't talk about money. You don't be too spiritual. You can't be too emotional. You don't just be you. It really means that if you want to be taken seriously, you have to be less of yourself. That's really what professionalism is and what's taught to us. And so we learn to code switch in our own work and how we show up in our own lives. We water down ourselves. We over-explain our intuition. We write things twice, one from our heart, one for the people, because we know there's always that person out there we are afraid of reporting us. I've talked to so many therapists who feel like they're just holding their breath every time they do anything that doesn't feel so buttoned up. It's like you do things twice. Again, one from your therapist's voice and one from your body. You're regulated on paper, you look good on paper, but you are hypervigilant as hell inside. And why? Because we've learned early that authenticity is risky, that realness could cost us our seat at the table, that there's some kind of credibility you only get if you learn how to disappear just right. But here's the thing, your body knows, and it definitely remembers. It knows the cost of self-erased. I don't even know if that's a word, but in either case, it knows that the ache you feel at the end of the day, it knows that burnout that you have, it knows that there's the grief. It knows that because your body remembers. So let's flip the lens for a second. The ones for the healers, the helpers, and all my therapists out there, the emotional, competent ones who get called the lighthouse, a gift, a rock, a safe place. But these roles never actually get into the mess, or they never get to be messy. We carry so much sacred responsibility, but somewhere along the way, the sacred became expected. It became automatic. You're the one who can handle it because you're the one who always shows up. You're the one who never breaks down during mid-session. Or you text, I need help, to a colleague. You don't do that either because being needed feels good, right? Until it starts to feel like survival. And let me tell you something. Helping can be an addiction. For the people in the back that didn't hear me, helping can be an addiction. Not in a textbook sense, but in an identity sense. You start to believe your worth is your usefulness, that your energy is resourced from others to withdraw from, like you are the bank that they're pulling from. That you don't matter unless you're making a difference. And when you start to fray at the edges, you blame yourself. You think, if I just had a better system, a better planner, a better morning routine. But it's not about systems. It's about how deep the programming goes. We all know grad school did us a piss poor job at really preparing us for this life as a healer. We know that. You are not a source of endless capacity. You are not a walking container. You are a fucking human being. And remember that. And if your career doesn't make space for your humanity, it is not sustainable. It's just slow self-abandonment with a license number. Now, let's take a minute and talk about some other aspects. You don't get into this because and become a marketing strategist. We get into this work because we truly want to help people. But now you have to think about, I'm not just a marketing strategist, but I am tracking analytics. I'm writing content. I'm building a funnel. I'm chasing SEO. I'm praying that this month doesn't tank. You went from being a therapist or space holder to a full-blown content creator. From a sacred calling to a sales pitch. And the wildest part is you're still undercharging after all of that. You're still doubting yourself. You're still working nights and weekends to make it all look successful. But let me say this as clearly as I can. You are not doing it wrong. You're just trying to bring something sacred into a system that was never meant for us to hold. It was never meant for us to be in it. This business model wasn't designed for your intuition. It was designed for speed, scale, and sameness. So if you're feeling like you don't belong in it, maybe because you're not supposed to. Maybe your work isn't meant to scale. Maybe your nervous system doesn't want a 6-figure funnel. Maybe it does want that, but not really. Maybe the deepest success for you isn't passive income or being fully booked. It's actually being resourced, being alive, feeling yourself again. Maybe that's what you really need. Now, think about your body, because here's what I know. Most of the folks I work with aren't just tired. They're actually done. Their nervous system is fried. They're in this constant loop of freeze, fawn, or fight. And it's being masked as being available. They're built their entire careers on emotional regulation, but they don't feel safe enough to fall apart. And the kicker is they just don't trust the rest, because the second they slow down, the grief floods in. The grief of how long they've been holding on to, how much they've given, how rarely they've been met in return, like that reciprocal relationship with people we work with. You can't somatic exercise your way out of that. You can't breath work your way out of that. What you need is space to unravel, not in private, not in shame, but in a community, in practice, in truth. A space where you don't have to perform, where your nervous system isn't on the clock. It's just space for you to be you. So now what? Now that we know all these things, this is where a lot of people try to plug in the solutions. Just niche down, build a course, get a VA, batch your content. Nope, that's not it. That is what empire thinking is. We don't need more empires. We need more of an ecosystem. We need healing work that supports you as much as it supports your clients and your people. We need practices that evolve with our body, because we all know that we have seasons, we have cycles, and we have to live by that. We need practices that evolve with your truth. We need space to be seen as we are: messy, intuitive, inconsistent, powerful, emotional, loud, soft, all of it. We need that kind of space. We need a business model that makes room for rest, not for rage, for joy that isn't tired or tied to productivity. We need relationships with our work that aren't squeezing the humanity out of us, then turns around and guts our energy and call it purpose. Because the deepest rebellion isn't leaving the work, it's staying in it, but it's just staying in it on your own terms. So if you're listening to this and feeling like that is not in your gut that you're feeling, if this is something inside of you whispering, that's me, you're not alone, because I've been there too. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're just waking up to the lie. And this waking up is sacred. It's terrifying, but it's liberating all at the same time. So inside the frequency shift, we make space for that. We don't fix you. We just free you. We untangle the roles that you've been performing. We slow your nervous system down for the pace that feels safe again, safe for you. We rebuild your practice, your entire relationship to service from the inside out, so that you can stay in the work and not be that like 70% that leaves after 5 years. You can stay in the work without bleeding out for it. You can hold space without disappearing. You can remember what it feels like to come home to your own body again. Because the most radical thing you can do right now is really just tell the truth and stay in the work. This is not a brand. This is not a role. This is you. Fully you, messily you, powerfully you, and human, but you. Until next time. There you have it, my friends. Another episode in the books. Remember, it's okay to be a hot mess sometimes. It's all a part of the journey we call life. Until next time, stay rebellious, stay authentic, and keep embracing the beautiful messiness of life. Want to learn more about your unique energetic blueprint? Make sure you download your free chart and learn how it can help you make choices that are aligned with who you are and not who society expects you to be. Please visit ShaunaLovinLPCS.com for more information. Anything mentioned in today's episode will be linked in the show notes. And if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you subscribe, you share with a friend, leave a review, and keep coming back for more.